right up, turn that dial, put on your grin, stay a while. Hey! News gets weird, they've seen stranger, big red phone for calling danger. Wade's got charts, Carter's zingers, pointing fingers at the big spin slingers. It's the Wade and Carter Show, where your crazy headlines go. Roasting all the grand proposals with their coffee half in tow. They'll laugh, they'll rant, they'll roll, keeping big plans on patrol. Grab your seat, enjoy the blow-by-blow on the Wade and Carter Show. Oh yeah! Tax hike here, rule book longer. They poke fun, make your spine feel stronger. One says hold up, one says please. Both say freedom louder than the DC breeze. It's the Wade and Carter Show, where your crazy headlines go. Roasting all the grand proposals with their coffee half in tow. They'll laugh, they'll rant, they'll roll, keeping big plans on patrol. Grab your seat, enjoy the blow-by-blow on the Wade and Carter Show. Turn it up and let's all go. It's the Wade and Carter Show.
All right.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wade and Carter
anything
Show.
to get rid of that theme song this morning. I
Ash,
tell you what,
Brent, Commander, good Friday, everybody. Glad you're all here.
You giving the commander
Thanks
a
for joining
microphone
us.
today?
He's got a microphone. He just waited a little. He was just jumped the gun.
Look, you see right there?
Yep.
There's my mom. Now, do you
Yep.
know what is she? She's top 10 checking in this morning.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so look.
Mark Kurtz, Scott Tomko, Linda Christ on the podium.
You don't want to know why she's right there at 7 o'clock this morning?
She can't sleep.
No, because the grandbaby's coming to town.
Ah, is that
so
it?
for her, it's the great grandbaby. Her first great grandchild is coming in today. So Gran is up because she has things to do today. You know what I mean? There's
Yep.
going to be Easter
Blankets,
shopping.
knitted.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Knit one. My mom's a big knitter.
Crocheting an Afghan for
Oh,
her.
sure. Yeah, that would be her deal. I've got nothing but time. It's like a California king Afghan. You know, it started out to be a doily.
Crib size.
No, it's like, it's like a rug. It's 8 by 10.
It was a lace doily when it started
Right,
for
but
the coffee table.
I was just going to knit until someone came to see me. Yeah. Next thing you know, it turns
Next
into
thing you know, you have a three-piece suit.
Folks, the Wade and Carter weather is brought to you by the great folks at A.T. Dearland Feed, reminding you, look, I don't care if you don't listen to me for anything other than this. You want to make Victoria beautiful, keep Victoria beautiful, go buy A.T. Dearland Feed today and tell them I want the Wade and Carter fertilizer. It ain't hard. We're not building rockets here. It's a 21-7-14 blend. There's really nothing special about it except
the blend.
that it works perfectly with our soil.
So then there is something special about it.
It's made for Victoria. It's like me and you. So go by and get it. You can pick it up at AT Dearland Feed today. Put
What
it
was
down.
that Santa Claus
I was
move
just
right
trying
there?
I went fishing and I just feel bloated. If you just go by and grab that and put it on the soil this weekend, it's supposed to rain. It's a perfect scenario. Get the fertilizer down, let the rain wash it in, and
off.
next week, it's because it's perfect for our soil.
As long as we don't get the torrential rain, we'll be
Next
good. We'll be
week,
good.
you'll have beautiful, beautiful grass. 73 degrees in Victoria, Texas, under mostly cloudy skies because it's going to rain Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Do what I'm telling you. Go by and get the fertilizer. Heading to a high today of 85.
Nice. Daniel Wade White, Bobby Leister, Rena Scherer. Good morning, Marina. Ron Koshin.
Sherry and Ron checking in. Good morning.
Bob.
Sherry did confirm she listens, so that's nice to have.
Yep.
to have
Junior
that.
Samples. Michelle Wilson-Hawkins, Lisa Poole, Stephanie Connie, Tammy
Where was
Keeling.
Stephanie Connie last night?
I don't know. Oh, Randy Langston, Rena Scherer. She's putting out the fertilizer this morning.
Good job, Rena. Have you done it before? And if not, will you vow to give us a report later?
Wendy Hughes Garcia, David Glass, Sherry Jacobs. Sherry Jacobs missed her last night. Greg Garcia, good morning.
Rena Scheer says she's putting it out. Don't you think she probably has like some type of indentured servant out there or something? Who will
Calvin?
Calvin will put that down for her. Calvin walking up through the yard, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. Amish just out there spreading fertilizer.
There's David Ballard.
Hey,
good
David.
morning. So, quite a few Wade and Carter winners last night at Palace Bingo. 6, I think, by my count.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and
night.
throw this out there because when we speak things into being, they often happen.
Oh, she's doing it herself. Good for you, Rena.
Good job, Rena. Well, she is retired.
When you're done, come put the Wade and Carter blend at my place.
She is retired. David Ballard yesterday posted something on Facebook that was I don't know if it was from Michael Berry is what it was. And instead of having a no kings, what did you do there?
Keys are bugging me in the pocket this morning.
Can you just
He was
hold up?
very
Can
distraught.
I just see that assemblage of keys? I don't know about y'all. Okay, look, let me show you this. There's my key. All right, that's my key.
How do you get in your
You
house?
don't lock, he doesn't lock his
Let me
house.
tell you this. My home is unlocked because it's protected by Glock. I'm at the point in my career where I want you to walk through my door.
Morning, Torn Bales.
Let me just see that over there. Now, what are you, a custodian?
Yep. Schneider.
How many? What
I
is
just don't,
that?
I just don't have them on a.
Okay, all
one of
right.
those
So
things.
what is this key right here? What is that key?
I don't know.
And what is this key?
I don't know.
Unbelievable. It's like there's like an apartment key on there from
1980.
what's that town called where Washington State is?
Pullman.
Pullman.
Probably.
Is that where the train car name came from?
Yes. No, it was named after the train car.
Because they made them there?
I think so.
Is that over there by Caboose? I mean,
No, but it is in the Palouse.
so David Ballard yesterday posted a Michael Berry meme that said, instead of no kings, what about no fools? And Ash and I, Commander Cody,
Brainstorm this morning.
for about, 45 seconds, and
It
we
might have been too long.
not even that long,
No, I
right?
don't think so.
I was trying to make it sound like we deliberated.
We were watching TV as well.
Well, yes, we were scanning all the channels that we do every morning.
Right.
We're going to put together, and I want feedback.
To
Torrin
confirm
Bales,
it is a slow news day.
Torrin Bales, Greg Garcia, David. I want some feedback, and I'm sincere here. We're going to put together. The quick synopsis was, we're going to get some people to show up. 2 people, they bring, say, a dozen eggs. 2 other people, they bring a 20-pack of tortillas. People that drive through and drop off a canned item, can of green beans, can of corn, something that we can make Junior some salsa out of. We're going to give you a breakfast taco. Am I right, Cody? Is this kind of what we said?
It sounded good so far.
We're going to give you a breakfast taco. We're going to collect the canned goods and present those to our friend Trish Hastings at Christ Kitchen. And we're going to call it a No Fools Rally. Mostly to mock the complete lack of turnout and the lunacy of a pointless No Kings rally that serves no purpose, accomplishes nothing,
Does no good.
does no good. We're going to do good. We're going to feed people without using taxpayer dollars. And we're going to provide a benefit to a local not-for-profit that she has no idea is even coming at this point. I see everything about our No Fools rally as the absolute opposite of the No Kings idiocy.
Well, and
Would you support it? That's what I want to know. Would you support it? Would you come? Would you bring me a dozen eggs? Will you feed my people? That's what I'm asking you. And we will do it at the Patty Dotson. Yes, Wendy Hughes Garcia, 100%. Now, the city might say we need some type of permit, but we're giving away the food. I say it's easier to get forgiveness than permission. I say we just show up and do it. Now, I might make a call to
Just call it a big
our friend,
no fools tailgate party.
Ben Zeller, and ask him, is that
Gotta get a
Saturday
permit?
open? Yeah. Greg Garcia says, once again, y'all don't disappoint. Will you come, Greg? Would you come out? Would you maybe handle the DJ on my monster speaker? Somebody bring us a generator.
Isn't the whatchamacallit there on Saturday
The
mornings?
farmers market's there.
Not every Saturday, is it?
Every Saturday. So if we run out of product, like if we run out of eggs, we can just walk over there and buy some.
No, we didn't miss the point of who the fools are.
She's the biggest one.
The fools, and here's the other thing.
It's Michael Berry. He ain't making fun of the right.
The projection of the left when they say no kings, they want a king. They want it to be their king. They want one party to rule in perpetuity, and it's the Democrat Party. That's what they really want.
Who
They're
is that up
projecting,
there
they're
that's
lying.
Off topic. Randy Langston, he's off topic here. Let's see. Any protest serves no purpose. You are legally restricted to only shouting and stomping your feet. Our government is criminal and illegitimate at this point, and we need to all come to that understanding from the top down to the local level. It's a little extreme, but I get you. You're out there. You're working off of some solar panels out there off the grid and growing your own food and eating the mushrooms. I'm with you, Randy. I got you.
I'll agree with you about our
I
federal
don't disagree.
government.
Our federal government's in chaos. Pam Bondi out as Attorney General. Pete Hegseth fired a 4-star general yesterday. Well, actually asked him to resign immediately. I find that interesting. I don't care about Pam Bondi. I don't. Personally, I don't know why people haven't been arrested under Pam Bondi's leadership, and I don't know why the Epstein files haven't been released in total. The new guy, his name is Blanche. I think it's Todd Blanche, Jeffrey Blanche.
Todd.
He won't be there a couple of weeks. That guy said...
Lee Zeldin is who I've heard Trump wants. The former New York, what was he, congressman, senator?
We'll get to New York in a minute because that's hilarity. But Bondi apparently didn't suit the president. And you know what? Good. I mean, good for him to let her go. What a weirdo. That's just weird. What's funny is everybody sees how weird that is. At any rate, Bondi not jiving with what the president wants. So she's got to go. Now, I did hear that she possibly gave Eric Swalwell a heads up about a reopening of his investigation regarding Fang Fang. And if that's the case, that guy has been such an obnoxious thorn in the president's side.
And he's so irrelevant.
He's irrelevant, except that she's making him a big deal. And Donald Trump is a huge, huge proponent of loyalty. And he doesn't, Randy Langston says, I love this slide.
Discretization.
Hard for me to say. Even your friends are criminals. Come on, Randy. Come on, man. I mean, you don't like Michael Cloud?
I think the problem with Bondi started when she pulled out all those binders of the Epstein files. Here they are.
And they'll all be turned out tomorrow. Make no mistake, I'm 100% behind the complete divulsion of the files. What I don't think people get is it's not like they walked into a room and said, there wasn't a box that said files. These are the files. It's not like that happened. They've gone through. There's millions.
What,
They've
3
released
million?
3 million. There's still 2.5 million emails 2.5 million emails. I haven't written 1 million emails in my life. I mean, the guy was just a prolific emailer. And now this Blanche guy says that they're either part of an ongoing investigation, that releasing that could cause a problem, or
I mean, ongoing investigation. Epstein's dead.
or there were people's names involved. Said there were people's names involved.
Redact
Right.
the victims' names.
Right, because it's,
Redact their names. Nobody's going to, I mean, seriously. They do it all the time. They redact information that might identify somebody all the time. Get it done. Get them out there. Pull back the ones that are part of an investigation. What are you going to leave? What are you going to be left with? 2 million files left?
Yeah.
Get it all out there.
yeah, I agree. So we're all for that. I'm all for the release of the Epstein files because I still cling to what I believe is just common sense. In the event that Donald Trump somehow was involved in the files to a level that would discredit him personally or hurt his presidency, the Democrats would have put it out there before the election. Am I wrong? Don't act like they were bound by law not to do. Oh, that's a lie. They would have leaked information, which they've kind of done anyway, but they can't substantiate anything. It is unfortunate that in this country, where you're in theory innocent until proven guilty, that Donald Trump lives an existence of anything you mention about him, he's guilty until he proves he's innocent. And when he chooses not to be bothered by it and says, you know what, I'm not even going to acknowledge that. Oh, that's an admission of guilt. He has no defense. The idea that you have to live defending yourself is not American. You need to prove something. Now with AI, I've seen pictures on like Twitter of Donald Trump, boy, amazingly fit, very well built gentleman. With Donald Trump, he's got the perfect hair, and he's, holding like a 8-year-old on his lap, and he's wearing like a swimsuit. If it's not, it's still AI. I mean, Donald at the beach doesn't look like this guy.
Donald never looked like that.
And don't forget, I'm sorry. It would be difficult to be a serial pedophile when you don't drink or do drugs or anything. That's interesting to me. I can't imagine that, Anyway, I just don't get it. Yeah. I don't get it. Lisa, you're right. We have folks among us that have Trump derangement syndrome to the point that it does motivate us to do the program. It does, because if nothing else, we expose those people to the public, and they will never, ever serve in a public role again, ever. Have zero credibility, and I'm proud that we bring that fact to the community. Yeah, the left thinks Trump is king. That's enough said. Thank you, Torn Bills. Leads us into the Easter holiday. Ash and I don't spend a lot of time preaching about religion on this program. In the same breath, I guess I'm a backslidden Christian because to a degree I say to each their own. I think it's a public airway, and it's not. This is not the Jimmy Swaggart hour. And Lord knows I have feet of clay. I'm certainly not one to preach to you. But I do hope that you believe, and I do hope that you take advantage of the fact that you do live in a Christian nation. I hope you take time to go to church this weekend, at least be thoughtful of the fact that most of us, certainly everybody in this room, we know we serve a risen Savior. I don't worship Christ on the cross. I can tell you that without the resurrection, Christmas ain't nothing but a birthday. So it's not how he got here.
July 4th.
Amen. It's what he did. I really thought that Jesus was born on July 4th in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. The cradle of the Bible, which was written in part by Abraham Lincoln.
And the birthplace of steel.
Amen. We hope you have a wonderful Easter holiday. I can tell you that. Did you see where
Here's the one thing I don't look forward to on Easter.
all the people that only come to church on
On
Easter?
Easter, yeah.
Yeah. And then they come in, they act like you're in their seat.
Exactly.
I always sit there every Easter. Yeah. If you're a person who only goes to church at Easter, and I'm not legalistic about going to church. I can worship God wherever I am. But if you only go to church on Easter and Christmas Eve, you might want to re-examine that relationship with the Lord. I won't
Stay home and watch it.
If you're worried about your seat,
right.
just start running sound. Nobody ever takes your seat, and it's yours every week.
You want to talk about a Baptist problem is that you really need like varying temperature zones throughout the auditorium because some people are way too cold, some people are way too hot. And there's always, Baptists can find a reason to complain about it. Like a Catholic ain't complaining about nothing, right? You could walk into a Catholic service, it's 110 degrees, you're like, dear Lord, just get me to the communion so I can get out of here, you know? But the Baptist people are just
Because they
freaking out.
Well, because there's only one back row.
That's right. Yeah, we could call it Back Row Baptist Church. Just put a big old back row up there. But did you see in New York what was Mamdani trying to do? Oh, he's trying to alter where like teachers can retire. And I get it. If you want to have it so first responders can retire at a young age, or police or fire, but school teachers now, and these are this is at the city of New York, 2.5 million people associated in education in New York. You can retire at 55, and these people are going to live to be 80, and unlike Social Security or whatever joke you want to tell yourself, all of these people collect many times more money from the system than they put into the system. And what he's proposing is like an extra $1.5 billion a year. And apparently, even though she's a leftist, wild-eyed lunatic, Kathy Hochul is losing her mind with Mamdani.
Well, what's Mamdani trying to do? Run the state?
Yeah,
from the mayor's pulpit in New York City?
Whereas everybody knows that really no matter who the mayor is in New York City, the governor runs New York City. So very, very interesting to me. This guy.
That was the case when Giuliani was mayor.
No, well, Giuliani. Nobody can tell me who the governor was of New York. Was it Rockefeller? At the end of the day, Mamdani's experiment is going to boldly and in front of all of us flame out.
Isn't he looking at an exit tax now for all the billionaires and millionaires who are leaving New York City?
Good luck collecting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you tax somebody in another jurisdiction?
Jonathan Williams, solid point. Baptists will need to form a committee to solve the temperature problem.
Although jurisdictions like New York City and I don't know if Houston's doing it. We don't have an income tax, but they're all, any performers that go into these cities are getting taxed on their earnings in those cities, so they'll figure out a way to do it. They'll figure out a way to do it.
Junior Sample is one of the lead protagonists in our saga of meaningless drivel that shows up in our comments. There's 3 or 4 of you that just bicker back and forth, and it is hilarity. And it's if you're watching us on Facebook, if you're on the No Bull Network or Magic 95.9, welcome. If you're on YouTube, but if you are on Facebook, you can follow the comments, which are very timely and very interesting. But it is unbelievable to me that someone would consistently come in, never agree with us, never. Doesn't matter what we say. Easter's a great holiday. Well, not for some, it's not. Never agree with us and believe that they're mentally superior to your 2 glorious hosts. You and I talk about a number of things, and all I can tell people is, if you and I agree, we're right. I cannot go back
And when we disagree, I'm right.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And you know what? We don't really ever disagree. We take different sides to promote a conversation. But I can't think of a time, whether it be Joe Biden, whether it be COVID, there are numerous times that I can go back through and say, we told you so. And we both came from it. When we're talking about it, I'll say something to you and you go, yeah, but don't forget about. And I'm like, I hadn't thought of that. And I'm like, that's just too much confirmation. My hypothesis made sense to me based on 4 or 5 points. And then you throw in 4 or 5 more that I hadn't even thought about. And I'm like, yep, we're right. When we agree, we're right. And it's interesting that there are people who just refuse to agree with us even when we're right, and yet they still choose to tune in. We call those people narcissists. Narcissists, trying to make the show about them when they don't have enough personality to have their own show. Very interesting.
Michelle Wilson-Hawkins, did I see that oil dropped into the 70s? Not that I see. I see Brent crude at 109, West Texas Intermediate at 111.
Ash crude, 74.
So,
Brent crude, 109.
so. Should we take a break?
Sure.
Sure, why not? Let's take a break.
Don't cost nothing.
Nope.
They agree on something.
Yep.
Right.
See, we're right. Time for a break.
That's right.
Folks, the chopping block today inviting you to get in and get those last-minute meats and wings and boudin and sausage. I went in yesterday and bought – they have a chart there for you, Cody, because they've got about 8 different boudins. Some of them have cheese, some of them don't. There's varying degrees of heat. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a copy of that. No, remember I told you this. I'm going to do this for the chopping block. I'm going to get a copy of that. And, Cody, can you put out to the side, like if it's spicy, you can put like a little flame icon. And then if it's this one plus habanero, like 2 flame icon. You know what I mean?
I feel like I can handle this.
Okay, then I want to do that, laminate it, and give that back to the chopping block. So I'll do that, and I'll.
Oh, we're doing it for them.
We're doing it for them.
They have a whole list on the case.
Yeah,
of what
but it's
each
just,
one has.
and everybody puts their hand on it. It looks like, public restroom. So we're going to fix that. Chopping block is fantastic. The food is amazing. Folks, Chesnick Furniture inviting you to come in. Nothing says Easter like a bright pink recliner. And while they don't have one, they can order it for you. Yeah. Yeah. You
In
can do
leather.
that. Yep, absolutely. Palace Bingo, we mentioned last night. Lots of winners. Wade and Carter winners. Super winners. Super duper. Bigger than ever. Come on back. Palace Bingo inviting you. The folks at L&L Grill said hi to everybody. I told them last night they needed a freestanding location. Why not? Why eat there
hide?
only when you have bingo?
Because they have bingo twice a day, every day.
That's true.
Lunch and dinner.
I met a guy last night said he had won 4 times that day. I said, you been here all day? And he said, yeah. I said, that's a long time on 2 beers. He goes, wait, they sell beer? I said, no, they don't sell beer. USA Concrete Coatings, 578 Home. How about USA Foundation Repair?
Yep.
Charlie
Give them a call.
Garcia and his team.
They'll level up the house.
They will do it for you. Give them a call. They're especially good. It's easy for them to shim up a home on pier and beam. If you happen to have a slab, it's a little more complicated, but it's something you need to do. Your doors will close. Your walls will go back to the way they should be. You'll enjoy it. Veracruz Restaurant.
Today's the day.
Chicken fried.
It's
Well,
Good Friday.
today's. I bet you they're closed today. How about
Might
that?
be, yeah.
Observance of Good
Do
Friday.
we know? Do we know?
I
for
do.
Sure.
Veracruz is closed today.
It's not updated on Google, so I don't know.
Yeah. No, they just closed. They locked the doors at See you tomorrow.
You could probably text Lee.
Yeah.
If it's closed, he's sleeping in.
There you go. Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. Allen's your your go-to tow-to. Yep. They'll get you from here to there.
Anywhere where you hear the sound of our voice, if you need a tow or worse, or you've been in a wreck, call Allen's.
Whether you're in Calhoun, DeWitt, Goliad, Gonzales, Karn City, Atascosa, B, Frio, Jim Hogg, there you go. I do think
Stros
it's
checking in. Melissa Hansen, good morning.
worth noting that I
Tornadoes.
just described like the least informed, worst person I could think of by saying, you don't know anything and you're an antagonist and you're a narcissist. And then there's always that one listener that goes, hey, I just listened because, well, oh, okay. Call yourself out. Just go ahead and point out what we all know.
Y'all talking about me again?
Yeah, oh, y'all are talking about me again. I got some attention. Oh, it's like a puppy that walks in and poops on the floor. Pet me, pet me. You're just kicking it all over the living room, and he thinks he's winning.
The poop or the puppy?
Both. Oh, you haven't ever lived until you've had a young puppy, and the food gets to it, and it kind of has a event on your floor that's kind of running while the Roomba's running. That's a winner.
That's why I don't have a Roomba.
Nothing like this. That's why. It's not why you don't have 7 dogs. I'm with you. Unbelievable. All right, I'll work out the details on the No Fools rally,
All right.
and I'll put guys like Torn Bales in charge of eggs and tortillas. We will have. What do you want? It's like you can have any taco you want as long as it's bacon, egg, and cheese.
How many Blackstones are we going to need for this?
I tell you what, my Blackstone alone, 2 of them would be tops. I can
Do
make
you have
tacos.
2?
No, I could.
Okay.
Wade and Carter could probably buy another one
Must be
and then donate it to somebody.
We can find one.
Yeah, we'll make something happen.
Okay.
President Trump says he'll sign an executive order to pay all Department of Homeland Security employees. So
Democrats hate this.
Yeah.
They don't want the president to do this. They don't want, they want to block that at all costs because they can't continue to blame the president if he solves the problem.
no, House didn't act on the Senate bill that was advanced Thursday, so nothing getting done. Once again, Congress is just useless.
Saving 10% down payment on a home takes an average of 14.4 years. That's ridiculous. I don't believe that.
25 years if you live in California, based on housing prices.
Homebuyers in San Jose, homebuyers need to earn roughly $459,000 a year to afford the median priced home.
That's crazy.
So I guess that means, in theory, roughly $459,000 would be on the high end of the median income in San Jose,
I guess.
because there's the lower income folks are probably renting somewhere. So if it takes $459,000 to afford the median home, chances are that's roughly the median income.
So what is that here? Like
$27,000.
It's got to be more like 100, 150 maybe.
Median age of first-time home buyers has climbed to a record 38 years.
Google
of
up
age.
median income in Victoria County. I'm going to bet it's around $60,000.
Yeah, I would.
Maybe, yeah, $60,000. That's my guess.
Ooh, 67 to 71.
Yeah, I'm a pretty smart guy.
Visual Capitalist is the website we're getting this information from, just so you know. Iowa, it takes 8.7 years to save for the down payment on your home.
That's because the
That's the
home's
lowest.
$27,000.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. It's a fixer-upper.
It's a starter home.
I'll do that.
New York and California and Hawaii, some of the highest. Montana.
Well,
up
that's
there
because
as
everybody
well.
up there has a
That's 'cause
ranch,
nobody,
right?
nobody makes any money in Montana.
Is there industry in Montana? Is it oil and gas?
There's some oil and gas, a lot of ranching.
And a lot of second homes, right? People have a ranch in Montana. I wonder. A serious question for you.
Billings is like the Houston of Montana. A lot of oil and gas down that way.
I think I'm curious what you think about the price of real estate in Montana
It's ridiculously expensive.
following the Yellowstone series.
More ridiculous.
I would think so, right? Wouldn't y'all think that Yellowstone made it sexy to be in Montana? Yeah.
Yeah, I only have 3 houses there now.
Just 3, yeah.
Yeah, I had to sell 2 of them after Yellowstone.
Yes.
Oh, I couldn't argue with the offer you got,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Melissa Hanson,
bragging.
nobody likes a bragger, right? So glad I don't have a house payment. We bought it for cash. Atta girl, and that 1-bedroom half bath. Do you have a shower? No, we have a washcloth. Please rinse it out when you're done. No, I tell you what, that is a
Does
blessing.
have a bidet though.
You are. That's how we paid for the house. You've got to like the Dave Ramsey effect there. You know, I like Dave Ramsey. It's kind of like you ever go to church and you feel like the pastor's talking directly at you. When I listen to Dave Ramsey, like, where the paid off mortgage is the new BMW, and I'm like driving around in a stupid truck that costs more than my first house with payments. Yeah.
If anybody wants to pay off a house note, we can help them. We know people.
Right. If the No Fools rally got big enough, we could build a habitat home.
Ooh.
The beautiful thing is, when we do something at Wade and Carter, even just as flippant, off the cuff, and mostly for fun, it's always constructive. We don't ever do anything just to complain. I mean, we got involved in the Keep Victoria Beautiful deal, changed it. Changed it completely. We did poop, plants on others' porches. Ash and I can still go back to that memory of you and I going up to that lady's house. She was homebound.
Yep.
This is like one of those, you want to play that song about the arms of the angel or whatever. Literally. Ash and I walked up. We had some plants.
In pots.
And she cried. And she was like, my daughter gave me a plant several years ago, but it died. And she was a homebound lady. And Ash and I, the wonderful program, Keep Victoria Beautiful, through the city.
Cleaned up her yard for her.
Had cleaned up her yard. And our friend.
She didn't have any family. I think maybe, or very little family around here that could help keep her house up.
But Christy had taken us and said, there's a lady I want y'all to meet. And we gave her these plants and sat on the porch with her there. Hey, there was no Channel 25. Mm-hmm. There was no Advocate reporter. But Ash and I sat there and visited with that lady. And for all we know, nobody had visited with her in a while. Yep. And we left her several plants. And she was just beside herself. And we had worked with Lowe's. And I always give a tip of the cap to Lowe's. You think big national corporation. Our local Lowe's donated those plants. Trailer loads of plants.
Oh, wow.
Trailer loads of plants.
2 trailers.
And we handed those plants out. And we got to give credit to our listeners because they raised enough money to buy some plants. And Lowe's gave us like 5 for 1.
Yeah.
We bought like $500 worth of plants and had 2 trailers full.
That's amazing.
Of plants. And
so it costs next to nothing.
And our listeners
lives.
all gave. And, and I think it's the power of this audience. It's not anything that Ash and I did. We've never taken any credit for it. And we've certainly never gotten any credit for it. I mean, the Advocate doesn't come in here and do a People Magazine feel-good piece on us because we happen to be conservative. Channel 25 doesn't acknowledge that we're here, even though we've got more listeners than they do. Very interesting to me that the hate that exists for anybody that just tries to do something good. Now, you can go out and complain and moan and bitch and stand on the corner and blame others and flip people off when they drive by. And there was a large gathering today. There's like 6 people out there.
He's a king.
Yeah. Retards. And that's a discredit to those that have special needs. Unbelievable.
Texas getting $61 million in federal funding to help prepare for the World Cup later this spring.
What do you make of Iran saying, well, we'd like to come play soccer? I don't know how they don't get their feet tangled up in their burqas. But anyway, they come over, and they're saying, well, we want to play in Mexico because we're afraid our teams might not be safe. They're afraid their teams might defect.
Yeah. Well, remember the 5 women that defected in Australia?
And then they went home. You
Well,
think they're
because,
still alive?
You know why they went home?
Because they were killing their parents.
They were killing their family, yeah. Forced them to undefect.
Unbelievable. These ladies, they were all ladies, right? It was a women's team. The Iranian government was basically holding their families hostage. And they said, we're going to go on home now. I'm sure they're dead. I'd like to do a wellness check on those folks.
$61 million in federal funding for security for the World Cup, when the World Cup screwed up their ticket launch to begin with, then relaunched it, and now the finals tickets are going for $10,000 a piece.
And they're going to also use some of the money to boost regional transit systems. Isn't that interesting? They're going to probably extend a train line or something.
I think it's too late to do that. Probably get a few
Not if
more
you have enough
buses
money.
going.
Getting ready here, April the 6th, I think, maybe the 10th at the latest. The city is going to shut down Briggs Road from Millette over to the Loop 460, what is it, 3? 468? The Loop.
Loop
The only Loop
463.
we have, 610 to the 610 feeder road. And it's going to be shut down for 10 months. As I'm assuming it's a TxDOT project. I think they're probably going to widen it, probably curb and gutter it.
I don't think that's a TxDOT project. Briggers Road is a city road.
Well, what they're doing is the road goes over and goes down and then goes back up. And what they're going to do is build a bridge with Love, because Love can build a bridge. They're going to build a bridge, and they're planning on having it shut down for 10 months. And I just got to believe that if you had somebody, and I'm not criticizing the great folks, whether it's a city job or a subbed out job, I just don't think it would take me 10 months to build that bridge. If I had the road shut down, now stop me when I'm wrong, because I mean, you had that look like I'm being serious here. If I had that road shut down where it was all mine, I have complete access. So these are the folks that come into and out of the Citizens Healthplex, the diagnostic area. So what they're going to do,
You have to get there off the loop now.
yeah, but what I think they're going to do, obviously first, it's an ingress and egress for Woodway, is they're going to tear out and replace the bridge, and then they'll build the road to it and build the road to it. Make sense? The road part shouldn't take, but honestly, if it takes a month to build those two stretches of road, we're not talking about a road. Cody, the road's not over 1.5 miles long. So in my mind, as a guy who's not an engineer, admittedly, the day one, I would have on site the crane and the stuff that I need to rip out that bridge. Okay, you follow me? Mm-hmm. At the end of that week, that bridge is gone, and all of its parts are gone. Right? It's gone. And
Somebody's at home taking notes right now, so you better finish.
Unbelievable. I went on a deal several months ago where I just don't acknowledge the blatantly stupid comments, and
Well, finish telling us about the road. Somebody needs the rest of the notes.
it's an easy deal, city. If you're and somebody is listening, good morning. Maybe even Ashley Strevel. Good morning. Good morning. Glad you're here. Because the city does listen.
I don't understand why they can't have crews working 24/7.
Well, because you have Twin Pines right there, and I mean you've got people that live over there, and it's got to be quiet at night. Really? But Andrew Elwer says Mexicans will have it done by lunch. No, it's got to be done by lunch because we're gonna take a nap. Torn says I think the state is responsible for the bridge and the city is responsible for the road, and I'm telling you right now that alone adds 3 months to the project. Because somebody in Austin hasn't gotten around to worrying about that 2-lane bridge yet. I would have day one equipment on site to remove that bridge. By the end of the week, that bridge would be gone, and that's really not a lot of work. It's gone. Then you go in and you get your excavators and you clean up that part of Spring Creek. You get that ready to go. Junior says, Brent, it's very obvious you've never worn a hard hat every day. Construction never goes perfect and on time. Now, 10 months? 10 months. I guarantee you, put me on there as a citizen committee of 1, I'd have it done in 6. I would find that guy that's like this. I go, what are you doing? I'm waiting on. No. Let's find some. Get a weed eater. Let's go. Something every day would be done on that project. I guarantee you, I, by myself, could have that project come in early and under budget. People are content. We got 10 months. That's the problem with
But
city services.
they gotta lay fiber too while they're there.
Well, then you know what? Then AT&T and Sparklight and all those people ought to be on notice right now.
I'm impressed it's 10 months. I thought for sure it'd be 16.
Because we've
At least a year.
become numb and accepting of mediocrity. That's the deal. We accept it as a society. It's why we've fallen behind in education. It's why we've fallen behind in mortality. I mean, what you've got to do is get that bridge out of there so that the state can say, Torrin Bale says it only took 13 months to build the Empire
Do we need
State
to
Building.
fact check that one? But I know what he's saying.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
And the building's still standing.
you could have that bridge. They're going to bring the concrete, probably use some type of so what they're going to do, because the land does this, they're just going to make the bridge longer. If they don't have to raise it, just make it longer, you're going to catch the slope at a higher point.
So he's correct. 13 and a half months.
13 and a half months, people without many advantages built the
yeah.
Empire State Building.
Not many safety.
We lost a lot of good men out there. But then, as soon as
Don't even get me started on I-69. They asked for more funding for I-69 the other day, and they were up there. A group from here went up to Washington, D.C. to plead for the construction of 69.
you know, it's
which
been
has going
done
on
in sections, and our section's kind of been neglected.
Our section's been on the way for 30 years.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But the day that the bridge was done, you would discover that while they were finishing the bridge and the guys out there sweeping the bridge off, I have erased all the pavement on both sides of the bridge. The day the bridge is done, when the trucks no longer need to go to the bridge, there would be no road that day. And then we would lay a new base, and we would do whatever the city does to build the road, and we would tie it all in a matter of another 2 months. It's just not that hard. That project should be able to be completed in 6 months. And anybody who doesn't agree with that is not worried about efficiency. Oh, we've got it down. It's a $20 million project. We'll get it done when we get it done.
they could be working all day.
The
all night.
debacle, the months that it took to put in a right-hand turn lane from Millette to Briggs Road is
Why did they put
embarrassing.
that in when they were going to tear this road up?
Well,
Could they done it after
I think they were getting, well, maybe.
or at the same time? I don't know.
But, and by the way, this is not for city personnel listening in, not an indictment of the city of Victoria. This was not like, it wasn't City of Victoria crews out there. This was a contractor, probably the low bidder.
Turn lane to nowhere even now.
Yeah, it's just terrible. Yeah, Timmy Williams says they're paid by the hour. Yeah, no kidding. Torrin says, talk about the left savior, Gavin Newsom, and his high-speed rail. What is Gavin Newsom going to do in the interim? He's about to term out as California's governor. What's he going to do during this period between now and?
Can he actually term out?
I think he's
I think
done.
he wants to run for president. That's the only reason he's leaving.
He's such a clown. Yeah. Yeah, Tommy Keystone, you're right.
Yeah.
The
2
medians-
4-year terms maximum.
The medians that are in our roads, up and down Navarro, that is not, you can blame the city, and I think a lot of people do. They're upset with the city over the medians. That's a TxDOT project. That is Texas State Highway 77.
And you know what? I don't have a problem with them because I don't have to stop in the middle of Navarro anymore because some idiot tried to cross 6 lanes of traffic to make a left turn out of a parking lot.
I don't disagree with that. In the long run, the numbers bear out that there have been fewer accidents.
Yep.
And that's the goal. Navarro had become kind of the wild, wild west. It was a free-for-all of,
Especially leaving
was
HEB. Because, and here's the worst thing. People would sit there at HEB to make a left turn. There'd be no cars coming northbound. But they would wait until all the traffic was clear on the southbound side because they had to get all the way over to the curb lane.
right, and it's just craziness. And you always had that guy that thought that he could play Frogger in his F-250. I'm going to go behind this car, hit the brakes for a second, then go behind that car, and it's bad. Yeah. Jonathan Williams says Gavin Newsom will term out, but that will allow him to solely focus on campaigning. If you look at his results in California, that's all he's done is campaign.
Yeah.
He can't get water to the fires. He can't stop the corruption. He can't. I was telling Cody before the program, there was a hospice center in California that received federal funding and state funding that had a 97% survival rate. That's interesting.
The doctor there billed $35 million in hospice care last year alone.
Yeah.
She's now had her billing license revoked.
Yeah.
She's a registered dermatologist,
She's a
but
dermatologist.
apparently is running the billing for the hospice.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
So Patrick Strauss says, I don't like to have to yield to cars making a U-turn at lights. All right, let's work backwards through that, Patrick. Let's say that I want to go to Veracruz and I pull out of Atzenhofer. So I pull out into the right-hand lane. I go down. I move over to the left-hand turn lane right there at Airline. It's the first place that I can turn to go back to Veracruz. I'm on the major thoroughfare. Therefore, I have right-of-way.
Yep.
So you just have to sit at Airline and Navarro until I make the U-turn, or you can wait for the light. And that is, and by the way, there are almost accidents, almost, at that intersection every day. And I'm not indicting Patrick, because people don't understand the rules of the road. If everybody just adheres to the rules of the road, the person on the highway has right-of-way over the right, exactly. So that is just an unfortunate trade-off. I agree that when I'm going to make that U-turn, I have to make sure. You're excited about this guest, aren't you, Cody? You're vested in this one. We have 9 minutes. You think we're going to talk about horses for 9 minutes?
I think you're going to talk about this for 9 minutes.
We could. We could. All right, well, then let's take a last break, get a guest in here. Went Services, folks. Went inviting you to have whole house generator service. I'm talking about Generac, American made, Cummins, Kohler, Honda, Briggs & Stratton. They got them all.
But they are a preferred Generac dealer.
Absolutely. It means
that's
that
the
if you
way
have
to
a
go.
problem, a warranty issue, you can order it from Amazon. You can call Went to come put it in. But if you ever have a problem, Generac's going to say, what? Who? You hired a plumber to, okay, whatever. Parvita Wellness and the Vita Cafe. You need to, Jonathan Williams says you got to use your U-turn blinker, not your left turn blinker. Yeah. Parvita Wellness inviting you to come into the Vita Cafe this weekend for
Easter
a
brunch would
brunch.
be great.
Easter brunch. Be great for you. Brand us, Commander Cody. Super fine guy. I'm giving you the Wade and Carter discount right now. You got a problem with your computer, you can call Cody or you can message him on the Brand Us Facebook page, and I promise you he will answer you for free. Now, here's the deal. If you happen to be, and it's easy for us to say an elderly person, because if you're like me, you're not naturally. My kid can come in, take apart the remote control, put it back together, and reboot me to FUBU. But if you're challenged with your devices, you can also reach out to Cody.
The Crossroads Help Desk.
That's for elderly folks who are
Not just
right?
elderly, anybody who's challenged.
So it's geared for elderly, but we'll
So you're
help.
discriminating against young idiots.
We'll help anyone.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Well, we're thrilled to have you. So we'll show you the. I was going to give you a quick Cody Kim. There's Cody. Wave at the people, Cody.
361-827-5256.
Boy, that's
Lips
going
didn't
to
even
cost
move.
you
He's a ventriloquist.
at $1 a holler. That's going to cost you. Hello, guests. Get uncomfortably close to that microphone. Tell us who you are and why you're here.
Hi, I am.
Oh, hang on. Whoa.
Hang on.
Cut.
I had the wrong mic up.
Hey, welcome to
That's
the
on
program.
you.
Get uncomfortably close to that microphone. Tell us who you are and why you're here.
Hi, my name is Michelle Osofsky. I am the director of Crossroads Therapeutic Equestrian Center, formerly the Riding Therapy Center. And we have a fundraiser coming up, and just wanted to let the people know that we've changed
Awesome.
our name.
Tell people what you do.
So we are a therapeutic riding program for children and adults with various diagnoses. We serve the Crossroads area. We've been here for 36 years, serving the community as the Riding Therapy Center. In January, we decided to change our name because we don't technically fall under the therapy category. We are a therapeutic activity. And so we've changed our name to Crossroads Therapeutic Equestrian Center. We're still doing all of the same things. We're still following Path International as our accrediting association. And we have our large fundraiser coming up, and that's kind of what we want to talk about today.
Oh, did I not have her on the right page? There you are. Well, so tell me this. When you say, so you have a path and you have accreditation and all that, is that because, I mean, are you, is there a fee for what you do? Does that mean that I might be able to get funding from some source for the service?
Yes.
Okay, help
so
folks with that.
Most of our clients are out-of-pocket pay because we don't fall under the therapy category. So we are not recognized as therapy. We do try to keep our prices low. There are some programs with the class program for agencies to help pay for their clients. We do have scholarships available for our clients, as well as granting foundations that help us out so that we can continue providing these services.
Can our listeners help? Is there something, I mean, your
Always.
fundraiser is coming up.
Yep, in 2 weeks.
Tell me about the fundraiser.
So it's our Mudbug Barn Dance. It's a crawfish boil provided by Flippin' Tails Crawfish out of Ganado. We'll have live music by the Texas Continentals. I'm sure y'all know Mark Zepeda.
Yep. Sure.
He told me to tell y'all hi.
Yes, he's a great guy and a great friend.
And we'll have a silent auction. We have a dance floor provided by A Plus Party Rentals. Have a lot of great fun, great night, and we're raising money for our Raise the Roof campaign, which will help us build a new office, all-in-one office and volunteer room. Our current buildings we're kind of growing out of. They've been there on the property since '97, so they're 20 plus years old.
What's your address?
Our address is 557 Love Road out in Nursery.
God's country.
God's country, exactly. But yeah, we're out there in Nursery. We've been on that property since '97, but we've been around for 36 years, and a lot of people still don't know about us. We hear that all the time, especially when we're at the stock show. I didn't know Victoria had something like this, but we are the only Path International Center member within 125 miles. The
Who do
closest
you
one would be in
typically
Columbus.
help?
Our clients are anyone with a diagnosis, whether it's physical, cognitive, or emotional. The most common diagnoses you would see in a program like ours is autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, but we serve a plethora of other diagnoses. As long as a doctor says that they're able to ride a horse and they come in, we do physical therapy evals with our physical therapist, and then we get them in the program and they get all the physical, cognitive, social, and emotional benefits that being around horses. Horses are very intuitive, if you didn't know that already. They can feel our heartbeat from 4 feet away, so they help us mirror our emotions, help us regulate our own emotions. The physical benefit, sitting on a horse mimics how we walk. So anybody who has a physical ailment might work those muscles a little bit better. The emotional and the social, there's things that people don't necessarily get to do all the time. So we have our volunteers out there, we have the riders out there. So that environment, being out there in that arena, is just really, really cool, unique experience for them.
I think the key word is intuitive, and it's interesting to me because I've got friends that will tell you, man, this is the smartest horse I've ever known, and I've got friends that will say the horse is the dumbest animal on the planet, and I think it's all based on your ability to manage that animal. You know,
Yep.
if it doesn't do what you want, you think it's stupid when it may, in fact, be keeping you away from that rattlesnake.
Exactly.
But
they feel things we don't even necessarily. I mean, they can feel a fly on their back. So
tell
they feel
folks
others.
about the magic of the moment when a child or a person with challenges seems to connect with the animal. I know y'all have that happen often, and I know that's the goal, but tell them how you've seen, like, literally seen stress remove itself from a person.
It is a beautiful thing. I've been involved with the program for 12 years. I started as a volunteer. We've heard first words. We've heard first clear words. We've had riders,
Like, help!
not necessarily that, go or walk is usually that first clear word that we hear out there. But I mean, they're getting to sit on a horse and feel the movement of the horse, feel the interaction with their volunteers, and it's just a beautiful thing. Horses are God's creatures. We're all God's creatures, but horses are this divine design that can just lift anybody up.
How can something be that big and walk around with 16 bones in its feet, ankle joints, and everything just works perfectly?
Yep.
That's just God.
Yep.
It's the way
Very
it is.
much. Very much so.
Awesome. So tell folks again, give them the skinny on how they can get to the Bug Fest and have a good time.
So the Mudbug Barn Dance, you can go to our website. Cody
we'll promote this going forward as well. Cody, get this on our website. Can you do
he
that?
He actually created our website. We got a new website. Cody created it for us.
Don't build his ego anymore.
He deserves it for this one. That website looks amazing. But you go to the events page on our website. You can click on the Mudbug Barn Dance event. You can purchase tickets. Again, we're 2 weeks out. It's on April 18th at 6 o'clock in our arena. So you can purchase tickets through the link on the events page of the website. It's crossroadstec.org.
It's also on the homepage on a red banner right at the top.
Yes, that too.
There you go. Tammy Williams says, I used to volunteer years ago. That's a great group. Linda Chris says, nursery is the best. Folks, look them up. Go to the Wade and Carter website. Commander Cody, always way ahead of us. Really, he already had this. The Mudbug Barn Dance, April 18th, 6 to 10. Tickets are $50, and I guarantee you,
crawfish
45
dinner.
of that is going to the organization, and that's the way it should be. And we encourage you to stay put for a second, and we're going to wrap this up. The First State Bank of Louise Astros update brought to you in conjunction with Patrick Strauss. Astros on the road yesterday play the Oakland A's with the California
Tonight,
anyway, the
Sacramento A's.
The left coast A's tonight, probably in Vegas. But is that where they play?
No, Sacramento still.
Anyway,
They don't have a stadium
It's just
yet.
a crazy.
They're 1-5. Astros have now won 5 in a row. They're the hottest team in the majors.
So that's a sure sign the A's
but
will
the
sweep
A's
us.
took 5 of 8 last year, as
Yeah.
pointed out. They had our numbers, so hopefully, I think Jonathan Williams pointed that out as well. So hopefully,
The A's always play well against the
seem to,
Astros,
yeah.
and I don't know why. They usually have decent starting pitching. The Astros on fire. Jose Altuve walking at an amazing rate. Jose Altuve
he's
batting
become a
right
lot
at
more
400.
disciplined at the plate.
Just a wonderful, right now the offense is rolling. The Astros look good. Starting pitching's been good. Tonight would be, is it the Asian kid?
I think it may be Hunter Brown.
No, Hunter Brown pitched the other day,
did he
and then
pitch the
after
last game
him
of the
was
Boston series?
Burrows.
Okay.
Whoever's number 3, and before you get to McCullers on probably Sunday. So hope you guys have a
I didn't
great,
look. I could have.
great Easter. Enjoy. Yes, Ricky King, thank you, sir. Y'all have a blessed weekend. You know, through thick and thin, fights and fun, we love all of you, and we're not giving up on any of you. So hang in there and know that we do care about you.
Christian Javier on the mound tonight for the Astros.
There you have it. It's equal opportunity night for the Astros. Go get them, folks. We love you. Happy Easter.
Bye, folks.